up, guys? Welcome back. Today we're pulling more parts from the junkyard for my P80 build, and one of the cars that we're pulling from is this 960. So if you don't know, there's actually a few parts you can pull from this car. So one of the parts you can pull is the MAF sensor, since they're a little bit bigger on these cars, and then you also want the throttle plate since it's flat and it doesn't have a groove. You know, they obviously are NA inline six, so a little bit bigger, has to flow a little bit more air, so you can actually pull these. They work on the P80s. It's a pretty common upgrade. And then we're also going to see if we can get that throttle plate. Worst case, we just shave down the one we have, and I'll show you guys some examples of that in the video. But it looks like we just have to pull this tab, pull this guy, and then we just loosen. Forgot to bring gloves. Let's see if that did it. Oh, we got one more clip underneath. We gotta rush because I only have a few more minutes here. Pops out just like that. So we're gonna snag this guy and be on our way. But we gotta rush, so let's see if we can pull this throttle plate. So I don't think we can take out the plate, so we're gonna see how much, if we can get this for cheaper. All right, so we made it out. We scored these two pieces. So we got the 960 throttle plate with the, I don't know, it's basically like a clean plate, although this one's absolutely filthy. Look at that grime. Ugh. So we got to clean that, but you can see there's no like plate because the NA plate has a lift on it so that it makes it easier on the 850s, but for some reason the 960s didn't. So we're actually going to switch over to this one. And then we also got the Bosch mass airflow, which this thing might be pretty cooked just because the intake had like all this oil and water in it. So together they were 40 bucks, which isn't the worst, but a little pricey for, you know, what the junkyard is asking for these days. So we are leaving the junkyard. Volvos are pretty cool because, you know, you pull all the best pieces from different cars to make one car like really good, but like, you know, like there's just little upgrades that the factory did like along the way. I'm really looking forward to seeing how they actually perform on the car. Obviously with, you know, a turbo car, you don't really need the NA plate that kind of holds it back so it's not like super snappy, because there's no need for that since there's already turbo lag. So you kind of want as much air as possible coming in. As for the MAF sensor, you basically want that because it's bigger than OEM, so you're going to be able to allow more flow. So when you pair that with, you know, 3-inch intercooler piping, a bigger intercooler, all these pieces, you know, like it actually adds up. So, you know, to spend a few extra bucks just to get parts that are like minuscule but are going to be part of this, you know, like bigger plan of making more power and making the engine more efficient, it's pretty cool. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned something. It was a very short video because I was under a time crunch. I only had 10 minutes to go pull those parts. So hopefully that's a little bit of motivation for you guys. Like if you think you don't have time to go pull apart, like there should be no excuse, because I literally just did it in 10 minutes. I pulled 2 parts, you know, just like get out and do it. And, you know, especially if you get to the junkyards, like when you find a car that's been there not too long, like you can pull the good parts off these cars. Thanks for watching. There's definitely going to be more junkyard videos in the future, pulling all these OEM performance parts. I'm rambling. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.